do the Q&A now, as I told you before in my previous video. So here's the questions and answers. Hope you enjoy it. Okay, you're from Erik. You work in Germany, right? And what's your job? For now I don't, but I did last year and I worked as a bartender over there. From Twist, would you consider buying a sport bike? Yes, I would actually. I'm thinking of getting a 600 maybe to ride some streets this year or next year, we'll see. From Lucas, är du syrian? Yes, det är jag. Där har vi gadden på det. From Thomas, when did you start riding a motorcycle and how old are you? I started when I was 16, I think, when I got my first 125. It was a Supermoto as well. And I'm 17 turning 18 in a couple of months, so I've been riding for 2 years, almost, maybe, yeah. From Grease Monkey, how many times have you been pulled over or arrested? Must be illegal to be that good looking. Well, never actually. From Phil, Ice Bucket Challenge. Yes, I will do that if you guys want me to. From Ben, why did you start on a Supermoto 450? Actually, I didn't. I had 2 bikes before that, so that's kind of a hard question to answer because it's not true. John, what do you think about the KTM EXC 125? I really like the bike because I had one of these 1 or 2 years ago, as I said. Fun bikes and really good for those who are only 16. So I would recommend it. Or if you want to ride enduro with it, it's a good bike as well. It has a lot of power for a 125. From MJD Shihab, what is your best motorcycle? Oh, what is the best motorcycle for beginners? I would say, or it depends if you want a Supermoto or a sport bike, for example, but I would say as a Supermoto you could start with a 250 4-stroke, and for a sport bike you could get actually I had the 390 RC 390 KTM and I liked it. It's a good starter bike for those who haven't been on a bike before or on the roads and want to get used to a bike with not too much power but still a fun bike to play and learn with. From Gabriel, how do I get a Supermoto and what process is there to making it street legal? Either you get a street legal Supermoto just right away from the store, or you could buy a enduro and just put 17s and street tires, and you gotta make the suspension harder, and that's pretty much it. Oh, and the oversized front disc. Why did you choose the KTM SX over the KTM EXC? The reason I got this bike over my old EXC was I wanted a newer bike. My old one has got a lot of hours on it and I did a rebuild and everything, but I wanted a newer one, as I said. And since the EXC models are way more expensive over here because they're street legal, I bought the SX 2014 and just put on the Supermoto wheels on it, so I can practice wheelies and stuff on stunt spots. Where does the thought came from to ride and stunt? I've always had boy interests and liked doing stuff that boys do, and bikes has always been an interest for me. And when I was 15 I got my moped, and since that I've just grown up and the toys did too. And the idea from stunning is that I saw a lot of guys doing it and actually no girls trying. I thought girls could do it too, and I had a lot of guys telling me I couldn't, so I just wanted to prove them wrong, and so I did. From Noel: kommer du någonsin att köra supermotard på bana? Det vore riktigt kul faktiskt. Det är något jag vill testa på men inte hunnit göra än. Med tanke på att jag har rätt pissiga däck. Så det går knappt att svänga ordentligt med dem. Men så fort jag har fixat det och har tid att ta mig till en bana så ska jag fan testa på det. From Alexander: what do you think about heats? I don't think anything about heats, and I'll leave it that way. It's not my headache to discuss. How often do you need to change oil on your bike? Love your vids. I do it every 10th hour, but some do it after 5, but that's too much I think, only for street riding and wheelie practice, and I'll change the filter as well at that time. Can you twerk? Maybe I can, maybe I cannot. Since a lot of you guys ask that question, I'm not gonna answer it. Is your SXF street legal, or do you just don't give a fuck? Which wheels do you use on it? No, it's not street legal, and I use Warp 9 wheels on it. With my awesome spokeskis as well. You should check them out. Do you speak German? You posted pictures of your work in Gütersloh a few months ago. Yeah, I did work there, but I do not speak German, sadly enough. But I understand a few words, but not much, so don't try to talk German with me. What bikes have you had, and when did you start the stunt? I've had a Derby DRD Racing limited edition. I've had a KTM 125 EXC Supermoto. I've had a KTM 450 EXC Supermoto, and I got this one, the SX 450 Supermoto, and I've had the RC390 as well. Okay, the most popular question was probably, will you marry me? And to everyone who asked that, I'm sorry, but that won't happen. From Kenny: and if you had to convince your parents to let you ride, do you have any tips? My parents didn't want me to ride or have a motorcycle because they thought it was, or they think it's dangerous. What I did was to go buy it anyways, so just don't give a fuck. I'm just kidding. I don't know, you gotta find out a way that works for you and your family. What I did was kind of stupid, but it worked. Where did you get the idea to start driving? Who inspired you to drive? Since no one in my family have a motorcycle or ride or whatever, thought it was something I wanted to do. I didn't have like inspiration from someone, so I became my own inspiration, sort of, and yeah, that's how it all that's how it all... Shit, what? Okay, never mind. From Oscar, up for a race at Frihamnen next year. And I can take this in Swedish. Om du vågar det så ja, visst, vi kör på det. Ses där. From Tommy. How old are you and what do you do for a living? What's your job? I'm 17, turning 18 in a couple of months. And what I do for a living, and what's my job is, I actually study. As I said, I worked last year, but now I study. I'm back in school. And I'm studying to be a car painter, or whatever it's called. Like repairing crashed cars and paint them. Yeah. From Amy, what was your first bike you had? It was a Derby, 50cc moped. From Prox, do you want to be a member of Supermoto? I think I love your voice. Thank you. I don't want to be a member of Supermoto. From Max, do you plan going on a tour or fan meetups? I would love to do that. Actually, I've been thinking about it, and if you guys want me or have interest for that, I could probably arrange something to, yeah, probably starting up in Sweden, and next year or a year after that, I could hopefully get out in other countries and meet up with you guys and ride. That would be fun. Are you going to make a video with Really Time in Netherlands? I'm not gonna visit them, not this year, but they were in Sweden and we did make a video, so you should go check it out on their channel. Is it legal to ride without a license plate where you live? No, it's not. Hashtag badass. From G Bell. You're obviously a capable basic mechanic, which is unusual, especially for women. What motivated you to start doing your own wrench work? And what's your biggest fear as a rider? Since I didn't have a lot of money when I started off with everything like this, I had to do my own work, and I didn't know much about the bikes at all, but since I didn't have another choice, I just started out with trying, and that's the way I learned. So yeah, I've come a long way since I started with that. And my biggest fear as a rider is fucking stoppies. I think it's super scary and I'm so afraid of trying that, but hopefully I will do it soon. For me it's often the first and second time of trying a new thing. I think it's scary, but after that I just let go of any fear and keep on going, and that's the only way to learn. Vad har du för drömhoj samt bil? Det här är min drömhoj. Min lilla palla här. Men jag skulle fan även vilja ha en S1000R. Jag tycker de är jävligt feta. Och min drömbil skulle väl nog vara, jag är inte så insatt i bilar, men jag skulle nog vilja ha en fräsch höjd Silverado pickup med feta fälgar. Do you like enduro or motocross? Yeah, I do. It's really funny actually, but I have only tried both of them once. Does anyone else in your family ride? No, I'm the only one actually. Not a single person in my family knows even how to start a bike actually. So, have you a Snapchat account? Yes, I do. I can link it in the description below. It's called Saaraazh, so go ahead and follow me there for some random and fun shit. Do your parents support you in this hobby? No, they don't, sadly, because they think it's a dangerous hobby and they don't want me to ride, so they don't want to help me out with it, but they are starting to get a little bit better now actually, so that's great. How does it feel to be one of the few women that rides? Haven't thought about it, but I think it would be way more fun if there were other women who rode too, or there is, but I would like more girls to try it. Have you got a car? Yes, I do. I have a Chevy. How long did it take for you to learn to wheelie? It's been maybe 6 months since I started practicing, but it's been like winter and everything between that, so a couple of months with some practicing now and then. How old were you when you started riding 450cc bikes? I was maybe 16, turned 17, I don't know. Yeah. From enduro, clutch and shift, were you born this way or did you become awesome later in life? I was fucking born this way. Ask my mom. From Rickard, är du crew i typ Ester eller Pimpstar eller hänger du bara med dem? Nej, jag är inte crew i någon utav dem. Utan jag kör mitt egna race och klarar mig fint ensam. Däremot så har jag lite polare blandat överallt i alla möjliga grupper. Så yes, jag hänger med några av dem. I love you and I wanna have your child. From Annie, how do you keep your balance on your KTM 450 SXF? I read that you are like 1.65 meters tall. Keep making videos, they are awesome. Greetings from Germany. First of all, thank you. And yes, I'm 1.64 meters, and that's quite short to reach down on this bike, but it works. You just have to hoop off with your ass when you stop and lean the bike. But as long as you're riding, that's not a problem. It only comes to when you stop, but you just gotta find a technique for it. But I gotta admit that most of the times I drop the bike, it's just because I don't reach down, and it's been like when I'm standing still. So yeah, that's a struggle for me. From Ihab, how does it feel to step on Lego? That's the worst feeling ever. Torture. Girl, I don't. Oh gosh, push. What happened when we met each other for the first time? The 125 EXE 125 crash. Det där är fan Fredriks fel. Fredrik Lindman, fråga honom. Jag tänker fan inte berätta skit om det. Den lilla fusken. Why are you so awesome? Not as awesome as me, but almost. Ask my mom. Duh. Yeah, this was it for this time, and I know my English sucks, but I will try to get better at it. Hope you understand what I said, and make sure to hit the like button if you like this video, and bye! Also, fuck. Inspired you?